But I'm not a brother no more, man.
Huh?
I'm not a brother no more, bro.
Because of what?
Just because I'm not, bro.
Explain.
I'm not a brother. You said I'm son, a father, a brother. I'm not a brother.
Do you have any siblings?
I mean, I love my sister, but I don't think I'm her brother no more.
I just need more closure with, you said you're not a...
I think a lot of the stories are becoming out of control and super extreme. Again, you know, you start one way and then as it builds, there's thousands of people coming in creating a new narrative, and when you do your research or your due diligence on it, a lot of it doesn't come.
So guess what? Brandy just threw shade at her own brother Ray J, and yes, we are talking about the same Ray J, the drama king, the guy who sang One Wish, did a bunch of reality shows, and made those funny, unbreakable shades. Now people are talking about him again, not for music, but for how hard he is riding for Diddy, like louder than Diddy's own people, even while everyone else is stepping away from the lawsuits and the crazy party talk. Ray J is front row on lives and podcasts defending Puff like his life depends on it, and it almost feels like he is either showing pure love or maybe trying to grab the spot Diddy could lose. And then here comes Brandy, who always kept her image clean and safe, the big sister with the good girl brand, and when she throws even the tiniest shade at Ray J for being too close to Diddy, people stop scrolling because she never does messy stuff like that. So it looks like she might be trying to protect him, or at least protect her own name. Now the internet is digging up every clip of Ray J shouting about Diddy being innocent and bragging about being at those wild parties, and even that interview with Tyson where he called himself the new Diddy, like, hello, read the room, the feds are watching, headlines are messy, and you talking about taking the throne. People are now whispering that maybe this is not just loyalty, maybe he is trying to play a darker game, and those whispers are only getting louder. So let me spill this tea, because the real drama is not happening on a stage. It's all blowing up on Instagram, Twitter, and every gossip blog with Wi-Fi, and Ray J been out here yelling free Puff like it's his new mixtape every other day, posting clips about how Diddy looked out for him, how people should pray for Puff, not hate on him. And while loyalty is nice, fans are like, hold up, why you louder than everybody else? Why you acting like you getting paid to carry Puff like that? And then here comes Brandy, the polished queen, who never jumps in, mess sliding in with a little shady hint, not a loud rant, just a slick warning kind of saying, little bro, you better be careful because your loyalty might turn into a problem. And since Brandy never wastes words, people took it serious now. The media went wild. Some called Ray J the loyal soldier. Others said he was just chasing clout, trying to grab the empire while Puff is wobbling, and the messy blogs stitched his free Puff posts with his interview calling him the apprentice who wants to be the boss, and fans are split, half saying of course he will defend his mentor, and half the saying nah, he just wants to be the new Diddy. And the reason it's so messy is because Brandy's little shade made people think she is finally done cleaning up his drama behind the scenes, so she slipped some truth out in public, and that only made folks side-eye harder because Ray J got history with scandals like the whispers about Whitney Houston back in 2012, even though the official report said accident. The blog's been saying for years he was too close to that chaos, and that shadow never left him and Brandy, who loved Whitney like family, went through that pain. So when she throws shade at his new Diddy friendship, people instantly connect the dots like she knows something, she's seen this before. And let's not forget the infamous tape with Kim Kardashian, the mess that built an empire. Cause Ray J always finds the spotlight, but not always for the right reasons. So y'all remember Ray J on for the love of Ray J pure chaos, and then his love and hip-hop Hollywood stunts that kept him trending cause he always knew how to stay in the spotlight, even if it was messy. And now the talk is about those Diddy parties hashtags, and I gotta be careful, cause the rumor's been floating forever about those late night gatherings, the big name guests, the wild behavior, and whispers that it was more than just champagne and music, and somehow Ray J always ends up in those stories, not just as a guest, but like he's fully in the mix, chilling in that world, even when everybody else is trying to run away from it right now. So when you add the Whitney whispers, the reality TV drama, The Tape, that started an empire and his constant presence at Diddy's most infamous parties, people say, no wonder Brandy giving him the side eye, cause it's not only about loyalty, it's about how he is always right there when storms hit, and then he looks right into the camera and says, I'm the new Diddy. Not I respect Diddy, not I learn from him, but straight up, I'm the new Diddy, and the internet lost it. Like, oh, he don't just want to defend Puff, he wants to take the whole empire, and now people are debating, is this ambition or desperation? Is he just chasing money or stepping into something darker that Brandy is trying to warn him about? And if you know your pop culture history, this whole thing feels like a movie we already watched before. So you know how in every story, there's always that little brother or backup act waiting to shine, like Jermaine Dupri once tried to play the Diddy role down in Atlanta, or how Solange found her own lane while Beyonce stayed the main star. There's always that understudy, the one who watches, learns, and waits for the crown to slip. And now with Diddy drowning in scandal, his name in headlines every week, and the whole bad boy empire looking like it could collapse any second, Ray J is right there on Instagram, moving like he is ready to be chosen, throwing out free Puff posts, shouting his loyalty, acting like he's the only one left, holding it down. It's almost like he's saying, pick me, coach him, ready to jump in. But here's the twist. What if he's not plotting? What if he really is just loyal? Cause this is the same Ray J who will cry on live one day, laugh and joke the next. His whole life has been built on chaos, but sometimes that chaos is not strategy, it's just who he is. So maybe his ride for Puff is real, not some master plan to steal the throne, but then comes the streets, and the streets always got something to say, cause his name been floating around for years in those whispers about Diddy's private parties, those secret late night things where people say it's not only music and champagne, and folks side eye Ray J, cause he's not just in the room, he's comfortable in it. And the download rumors keep fueling the fire. Like, is he just a guest, or is he a real player in that lifestyle? And when people see him repping Puff so hard and even calling himself the new Diddy, they start connecting dots that maybe he wants to copy Puff, not only in business, but in other ways too. And you know how gossip works. Once one rumor sticks, it gets louder and louder until it feels real, even if it's all just alleged. So now the picture people are painting is messy. On one side, he's the loyal soldier standing by his mentor when everyone else is running away. But on the other side, he's the understudy practicing for the day. The crown falls, and Brandy, his sister, sliding in with shade only makes that fire hotter. Cause if she's warning him, then people think she knows more than she's saying. And in a world where the past never really goes away, from the Kim tape to Whitney to the reality shows, Ray J's history follows him into every new scandal, making folks think this might just be another chapter in the same wild book. So you know how gossip never stays small. Once people catch a little hint, they start building a whole story, and that's exactly why Brandy's little shade at Ray J hit so hard, because it felt like she was saying in one moment that he is embarrassing the family with all this loud loyalty for Puff, and in the next moment, she was hinting that she knows more than she is letting on, or at least suspects something, and that is the kind of insider tea that makes the internet explode. And once that hits the blogs and Twitter, the spins get wild. And now it's not just about Ray J's ambition, it's about whether chasing Diddy's legacy is a blessing or a curse, and people can't stop talking about it because Brandy never gets messy. So if she's sliding in even lightly with shade, everyone takes it seriously, and then the streets start imagining Ray J not just as a loyal little brother, but as someone playing too close to danger. And then comes the big question, what happens after all this noise? If Brandy really dropped that tiny truth bomb hinting that Ray J is moving too close to Diddy, then the ripple effects are massive. It's more than hashtags, it touches her clean, polished brand, his messy hustle, and how both will be remembered in the streets. And because Brandy has always been the vocal Bible, the sister who kept her nose clean for so long, for her to be tied to this drama, even through subtle shade, is risk. And for Ray J, it just feeds the chaos image he's been building for years, with whispers around Whitney the Kim tape, the reality TV drama, and now these Puff party rumors. And the more his own sister distances herself, the more people think he might really be too deep. And the internet never forgets. So once the story gets rolling, it sticks to both their names forever. And that's why everyone is leaning in, watching every post, every clip, and every hint, trying to figure out if Ray J is loyal or if he is playing a game that even even Brandy control. And the way people are dissecting her words, like scripture just makes the drama hotter and bigger, and the whole thing just keeps escalating, with everyone wondering what will happen next and who will survive the fallout from all this tea. So, you know, Brandy has always built her career being America's sweetheart, the one who never needed drama to sell a record. She's been through her own storms, but always carried herself with class and dignity. So when people saw her shading Ray J even a little, they were like, oh wow, is she really calling out her own brother? But instead of hurting her, it kind of polished her. Halo made her look like she's standing for truth even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's family, and that adds a whole new layer to her legacy, not just the voice of a generation, but the voice of reason. Meanwhile, for Ray J, this could be his biggest flex or his biggest flop, cause on one hand, rubbing shoulders with Diddy means getting close to the top in entertainment, and that new Diddy line on his Kyson stream made headlines like he wants people to see him as more than the messy little brother wants to be mogul material. But here's the thing, Diddy's name right now is soaked in lawsuits, raids, and allegations. Stepping into that shadow is like using an umbrella full of holes. You're still going to get soaked in the street. People still whisper about Whitney, still clown him for the tape, still call him Brandy's brother more than anything else. So if he thinks this is his mogul moment, he has to deal with the fact that half the internet thinks he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the industry is watching like hawks, brands, networks, bag holders. They don't like instability, they don't like lawsuits, they don't like mess they can't control. So if Ray J's public flex starts looking less like loyalty and more like cloud chasing for the crown, the money and opportunities might just move the other way. And this is why everyone is watching every move, every post, every line.